Step 3 is pretty straightforward. It just says if you're using the playoff system and you run into a double bond or a triple bond, the double bond is going to count twice and a triple bond is going to count 3 times. So I think the easiest way to relate to this is just to do an example. So our chiral center is where? Right here. And let's kind of figure out those 4 different atoms that we've been doing so far. So we have an H, so obviously we can already tell what priority that's going to be, right? Out of the 4 numbers, which one is it going to be? 4, automatically. Good job. Okay, but these other 3, let's figure out. I've got carbon. I've got carbon. Oh man, I have a 3-way tie, guys. So remember that if we have a tie where the atoms don't have different atomic weights, we have to use the playoff system. But now on top of that, I have a slightly more complicated situation because some of these carbons have double bonds on them. So let's figure out how to do the bracket playoff system like before. So let's do, I'd say, the easier one first, which is the blue carbon. So the blue carbon, I would say, what are the 3 atoms that are attached to it? Well, I definitely have 2 H's coming off of it, and I have another carbon. So I'm going to put, in order of atomic mass, carbon, H, H. So that wasn't so bad. We're used to doing that. Now let's look at the red one. The red carbon is a little bit tricky because the red carbon, notice it only has 1 H coming off of it, and it has a carbon over here. But notice that it's double bonded to that carbon. So basically, we're going to count that as 2 separate bonds. Why? Because we need to account for all 3 bonds that the carbon makes. So to me, a double bond to carbon is just as good as 2 bonds to carbon. So I'm going to put carbon, carbon. So those both of those count as the double bond and hydrogen. And then finally, I've got green, which is even a little bit crazier because notice that green is actually attached to 2 carbons, but one of them is single bonded and one of them is double bonded. So you guessed it, you're just going to add that up together. The green is attached to all carbons. C, C, C. 2 from the double bond, 1 from the single bond. Does that make sense? And notice that I'm always moving forwards, I'm never moving backwards towards the chiral center. So now that we've applied that double bond rule, of course this would also apply with triple bonds, I just don't have one drawn. Okay? What are our priorities going to be? Well, green is going to be number 1, red would be number 2, blue would be number 3. Okay, so I'm just going to write these here. 1, 2, 3, and then obviously our hydrogen is number 4.